Hi friends, look what I found in my kitchen garden today morning. Look at this, a very funny shaped brinjal or an eggplant, isn't it? Well, this is what I'm going to talk about today. Please join me. Well, this is one of those vegetables, friends, which when I was young, I used to always dislike this vegetable. The reason why I used to dislike this vegetable was that I was not very fond of it. So I used to call it, Baingan is equal to Begun. Begun means with no gun in it, with no advantages to it, with nothing in it. And I never used to really like it. But then when I joined the hotel management and in the institute, then we were told about what brinjal is, what an eggplant is, and what are the benefits of and where I started believing in brinjal as a very good vegetable. And then in the restaurants, in the hotels, now we used to have buffets for lunch, buffets for dinner. So generally there were two dishes that brinjal that we used to make from the Indian cuisine, and of course we modified that and we produced those dishes with a little bit of touch, touch in it. Now one of those very famous dish was बैंगन का भरता शाहजहानी. दम बैंगन का भरता शाहजहानी, which is a dish from the courts of Shah Jahan, perhaps even dating back to maybe Akbar also, but I am not sure about Akbar, but Shah Jahan, yes. And this dish, the bangan ka bharta, was devised and it was extensively used it was extensively served in Shah Jahan's courts. And I used to make the same dish. I used to pair it with brinjal fries or brinjal chips, crispy brinjal chips or crispy brinjal fries. So I used to give a combination of both of them. And then there was a second dish that we used to make, and that is from Himachal, Punjab, and the North India, of course, Jammu region, where we used to take these small eggplants, split them into 4 or halves, and then we used to stuff them, and we used to make khatti mithi baingani. Bangani, and again I used to pair that with either fries or with crispy chips of brinjal. So that's how basically I've been serving brinjal. Now coming back a little, brinjal, we were taught that according to Ayurveda and according to medical sciences, brinjal has distinct advantages. One of the biggest distinct advantages that it controls your diabetes. Number 1, it's extremely good for your heart. Number 2, number 3, it's extremely good for weight loss. Number 4, it's extremely good for your brain. Now why the brain part? Rest I think you have understood. Why the brain part? Let me explain that. It is good for brains because brinjal prevents the membranes of the cells from breaking. Now in the brain what happens, our cells after the age of 50 they start breaking and fibers start forming and thereby resulting into a loss of memory. So that is what it prevents. So that is why it is very good for the brain. Along with that, it has a lot of calcium, a lot of iron. So it prevents your bone decay, it prevents your calcium decay, it prevents your pains in your joints and so on. Along with that, because it has a lot of iron, is very good diet for anybody who's anemic or ladies who are in who are carrying and require a supplement diet of iron. So basically, and of course, it's very good in digestion. It increases the rate of metabolism. It enhances the digestion. Therefore, it is extremely good for digestion also. And last but not the least, it promotes immunity, and that's what we all need these days also. It promotes immunity. So this is one vegetable that we all should include in our diets more often. So now the real question. Now we have this, and what are we going to make with this? Come, let me show you what we are going to make out of this. Come with me into the kitchen. So friends, let's start with the cutting. Now what we'll do is we'll cut it in a manner that the ends are joined and it does not separate from the tip of the branch of origin, and they remain joined. One, that is the vertical cut, and then we will give a lateral cut. Of course, this is the, now see, this is the lateral cut. Just to show you, I have picked up the eggplant in my hand. Otherwise, I would have done it on the chopping board itself. Now, there it is. I have cut it in a manner that it makes a sign of 4 or plus. Okay, there are 2 cuts, and it is going to remain joined with the original branch. So after having cut this, what we'll do is we'll give it a little rest, so that if there is any water to come out, or if any change has to take place, let it be. Now what we do is we take our spices. So our spices are going to be rock salt, that is around 2 grams or so. Turmeric I am going to take is about 2 grams. Coriander powder is about 3 grams. Cumin powder is again about 3 grams. Mango powder is again about 3 grams. Red chili or paprika is about 2 grams. And this can vary according to your taste. For example, mango powder and red chili can go up. You can increase it also, but for one piece this is more than enough. And this, with this combination, this one little piece will not be very spicy, but it'll give a very, very good flavor. But it is going to be spicy, not very. It'll be on the not mild also, a little more than mild. And I'm going to add a special flavor also now, a special spice, that is Punjabi mango pickle masala. Got it? So my idea is to make Khatti Baingani Achari, which is again my very own recipe, and I'm sharing this recipe with all of you all now. So this is Khatti Baingani Achari, a unique recipe which I had designed, which I had devised quite some time back when I was working at a restaurant where people from South India, people from Hyderabad, Telangana, they used to come and ask, sir, something in khatta cuisine. So this was one of my innovation for them. Now what we'll do is we'll mix all these together. I'm not going to use any medium, no oil, no water, nothing, because that much of oil is already present in the Punjabi masala, Punjabi mango masala, achar masala. So I'm not going to use any more oil or any more medium. Now I'm going to add all the ingredients, and once all the ingredients are added, now look at this. This is the pickle masala. Punjabi mango pickle masala. So now I'm going to mix. This is how I'm going to, it is to be mixed. No oil is required. If it remains too extra dry, all the more better. We don't want it wet. We don't want it oily. We don't want it, we want it more or less wettish, so that everything sticks to it. But it should not be dripping of oil. It should not be oozing of oil. So this done, what we will do is, we'll take this masala and start stuffing. There we are. So we start stuffing the crosses that we had cut there. For example, now this will go here, and similarly laterally also we will do it. And once it is stuffed there, once it is stuffed, a lot of people will like to tie it with a thread, but it is not required. If the eggplant is a bit bigger and it remains open and the masala is falling out, then of course you can tie them with threads also. But for this little size, it is not required. So generally it is not required. Now what we do is, we leave this, we set this aside for about 10 to 15 minutes, so that the oil gets soaked and the flavors cross over to the eggplant. And when we cook this, you should get the flavors of all these masalas, all these spices in the eggplant. Now look, this I wanted to show you that almost the total masala has been used. Okay, so let's please go by the total count that I have given you. Now after 10 or 15 minutes, you will find that this has stuck together. Now what we do is, we cook this. So the flame is on, and remember to keep the flame on low now. It is not to be cooked on high flame, it has to be cooked on low flame. I am using mustard oil. You can use oil of your choice, or butter of your choice, or ghee of your choice, either way. But in Punjab, because it is a Punjabi recipe, so I am using mustard oil, and this is triple filtered mustard oil, and it is extracted in home only. I have filtered it myself, so you can see it is absolutely clear. Now once this thing is hot, well, the DJ has started, the music has started, and well, that is the chef's music, that is the chef's DJ, as I always say. And now let's add the eggplant. There we are, and the crackling, the sizzling, the beat has started. That's what I love. That's music to a chef's. Is sheer music for a chef. Now as it sizzles, now this is very important. Now I didn't want to deep fry this. It has to be pan fried or very, very shallow fried. After some time, what we'll do is, when we see that okay, it has now gone a little shade soft, so what we are going to do is that we are going to flip it. Now this is the caution part here, that this dish, when you are cooking it, do not leave it unturned. It has to be flipped regularly after a little time, then again after a little time. There, see, the masala has come out a bit of it. Now let the other side also cook. Now we continue this till the time the eggplant does not become soft. So generally it will take about 10 minutes or so. When you are doing it in quantity, then you can, again you will have to flip there or keep a lid on, so that will also cook. There we are, after 10 or 15 minutes, around 10 minutes or so, 10, 12 or 15 minutes, whatever. So it is going to be like this. Now this is absolutely done, absolutely soft, absolutely tender. That is the time when you pick it out. Now you pick it out, lay it, and again leave it to rest for a little time, say 3, 4, 5 minutes, so that the oil, the extra oil oozes out. There you can see, no, the oil has started oozing out. So allow that oil to ooze out from the masala, from the eggplant, because after all we don't want something very oily, isn't it? So after it ran, and when this oil is oozing out, then what we'll do is we'll replate it for presentation. There we are. Now this has been done. Now you can drop some chopped onion, chopped tomato, green chilies, and so on also along with that. Since it is a single piece, so I wanted to show you exactly what it is going to look like. And you can eat it with anything. So now see, there is no oil coming out,
And even this blackish masala is basically the spices that we had used. They had changed color, so we can even utilize them and eat, although it is a little on the carbon side. They are basically carbon. The carbonization has started, that is why they turn black, but it can be eaten. It is your wish. You can eat it also, or you can shun it also. That part I will leave it to you all. So this is what the Khatti Baingani Achari is. This is my special dish, Khatti Baingani Achari. So, looking perfect, looking good. Want to eat it? You must. You must try it. Do you want me to taste it? Do you really want me to taste it? Well, should I really taste it?
No, no, no. I'm not going to tell you the taste of this, because you are going to make it, you are going to try it, and you are going to tell me what the taste of this was like. Yes, of course, I'll give you a little hint about pairing. You can pair this normally with the roti, naan, parantha, puri, bhatura. That is the Indian part of the pairing. Now, going a little beyond that, going a little creative pairing. Now, for the creative pairing, what I would like to do is, I'll take it, smash it between two slices of bread or maybe two toasts, add some onion slices, add some tomato slices, add some cucumber slices, and maybe lettuce leaf, and have it like a sandwich. So I would like to do that. Along with that, I would also like to chop it up, put a little bit of salad, chopped salad, that is Punjabi green salad, and chop them up and mix them up, and then put it in sandwiches, put it in rolls, put it in wraps, put it in maybe even stuffing for parantha. So that would be crazy enough, isn't it? So you can get more creative ideas. You can use creativity, as I always say, is up to you. You can eat it as you wish. So friends, after you try it, do let me know in my comments also as to how you liked it and how you had it. And till the time we meet again with another recipe and more tips on cooking, more healthy tips, it's bye from Chef Raj. Have a nice time.